Tokyo Revengers. I didn't know that the anime, manga, whichever one you read or watch, Tokyo Revengers was as popular as it is. I didn't know, I'm not part of a lot of anime-ish forums or whatever. Most of them I just look for on my own. Most of them I've always just found on my own. But it actually has a pretty good following. And including me, I'm a pretty big fan of it myself. So that's definitely what I'm going to be talking about today. But before I get into my talk about it, this will be the first and only time I do this because I still want to kind of do an introduction to this series I'm about to start. So I did discuss that I'll be doing anime on this channel, and this is one of the anime things I'm going to be doing. This is the first one. It's about Tokyo Revengers. But what I want to do, what I feel like I'd like to do is, I don't know, I guess you could call them reviews, right? But they aren't necessarily, they are reviews, but it's not going to be one of those things where I watch an episode, review, watch an episode, review, watch an episode, review. That'll oversaturate my channel, in my opinion. That's not the only thing I want to do with this channel. So what I want to do instead is I'll do a review of the first few episodes, and then I'll do a review of the last episode of the season, right? So I'll do multiple animes, like for instance, let's start with Tokyo Revengers, right? I've seen up to 14 episodes of Tokyo Revengers. So technically speaking, I kind of cheated a little bit with this video, but since I like to start with it, so I'll make an exception for this one. But for the most part, like when Chainsaw Man comes out, that'll be a perfect example of how I'm doing it. But when a new anime comes out, I'll watch the first, maybe second episode of it, probably let it build a little bit. I'll give it a review, give you a synopsis, discuss it, tell you how I feel about certain characters, all that jazz, and then, just get into a little discussion about it, give a little black flair to it, because I always say black people make things just way funnier. But then at the end of the season of that anime, of that same anime, I'll have watched all of it, and I'll be able to give you an entire overview of how I feel about it. Now, obviously, what I could do is just wait until the anime is done, and then just watch the first few episodes, do a video, finish it, do another video. I don't know exactly how I'll do it yet, because I don't want it to take too long. I don't want to lose everyone's interest. So I still have to figure out this or whatever, but I know I do want to do it like this. I just have to figure out the tiny parts of it. It's part of my niche though. And I think I'll also do older anime, but only once I start getting a core fan base and they start asking me to do it. Because, I mean, there's a lot of new age anime fans nowadays. I want older anime fans on my channel too. I want older people as well, because I can appeal to older people as well as younger people. I'm at that sweet spot where I can appeal to both. I'm 25, so I got the youngins down with the My Hero, the Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, and I got the old heads with my Code Geass, Yu Yu Hakusho, Afro Samurai. You get what I'm saying? I can talk about all of it, but I want to wait to do that until it starts getting requested. That way, I'll know that it's something people actually want to hear about. So for now, I'll just do like newer anime that are coming out that I can real quick do reviews on. I might even go back and do some that I already done, like My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, like not too far back, just a little far back. You get what I'm saying? So I'll probably do those. Okay, now that I did that, I'm gonna try to jump into this Tokyo Revengers thing real quick. Okay, so once again, I'm back to Tokyo Revengers now, but this time I'm about to actually go over it. So I started watching Tokyo Revengers about 3 days ago, right? It has 14 episodes. I'm caught up to all 14. I started watching it before I realized this is what I wanted to do, so I apologize. It won't happen again. But first off, it's great in my opinion. It's really great. I understand the hype behind it. This is fantastic. It's really good. It's it's basically like a gang delinquent version of Erased. A lot of people know what Erased is, so I'm sure I don't have to really get too deep into that. But it's like a gang delinquent version of Erased. If I can give a quick synopsis that's not too spoily, it's a dude. His name is Takemichi Hanagaki. He lives a pretty sad life, really. I guess as sad of a life as you can have. He apologizes for everything, has a regular job is it a bookstore? I think it's a bookstore. He, has a shitty apartment, house is dirty, yada yada. He's watching the news one day and he found out this girl he dated, named Hinata, died due to gang violence. So did her younger brother Nato. And so he was kind of distraught about it, even though he dated the girl in middle school. He was still kind of distraught, just because that's the last time he remembers being happy about anything. It was when he was in middle school. He was a little delinquent at the time. So I guess something happens. He ends up going back in time. Like, I don't want to get too deep into it because I guess the point of this is for me to get people interested in watching it. Now, the second video will be me going over the whole video, so that'll be a spoiler. But most people will know that'll be for the people that have watched it and finished it along with me. But for this one, I'm not trying to do too many spoilers right now. So he ends up basically going back in time, finding out he has the ability to time travel, right? Just like Erased. And he, meets people, from back in his time. Oh, by the way, in the future, in the present time, when he's 26, because he's also 26 years old. In the present time, he got black hair. He looked like a really plain anime character. When he goes back in time, when he was delinquent, he has like a blonde pompadour. He looked cool. I think it looks cool personally. Some people might make fun. I think it look cool as shit. Actually, it might not even be a pompadour. It's kind of like a Asian-y mohawk. I mean, I don't know. It's cool though, in my opinion. I like that hairstyles. But he goes back in time when he's like 13, when he's in middle school. He's a delinquent with all his friends, and they end up running into the gang that got his girl in the future killed, the Tokyo Manji gang. Manji, by the way, just in case you hear that. Not Majin, Manji. But the Tokyo Manji gang, he ends up running into them and realizes, they're the cause of what happens in the future, why his girl from the past, yada yada, dies, right? So he quickly realizes he has to do something about it. And once again, this is just like a general synopsis. When you watch it, you might be like, what the fuck is he talking about? That's not even, I'm giving you a general overview, so I'm definitely skipping up parts. But he's back in time. Apparently he has the ability to time travel. He ends up running into the girl again. He's not the one that died in the future. And he has a newfound determination to keep her alive. So he goes through a lot of things. The only thing about him that really frustrates me, and this isn't really a spoiler, he cannot fucking fight. For somebody that called himself a delinquent, he fucking sucks. And it's not even like, a lot of the people he fights, I guess, are bigger than him, and I'm guessing he's gonna have this crazy character development. But there's another character named Sano, nicknamed Mikey, that's just as small as Takemichi, and he's a fucking god. You can't fuck with him. He beats all type of ass. And then there's another character named Draken. Like, these are the people you're gonna meet eventually. I guess you could say they're the leaders of the Tokyo Manji gang. Once again, not too big of a spoiler, but yes, Mikey and Draken. Those are their nicknames. I'm kind of blank. Sano Manjiro is Mikey's name, and then Ken Ryoguchi is Draken's name. But yeah, not too big of a spoiler because you see them in the fucking opening. But yeah, Ken Ryoguchi got this cool ass Draken tattoo on his neck and shit. It's tight as fuck. But yeah, they like the bosses of the Tokyo Manji gang at the time. And then there's another character. So like the main antagonist is his name is Kisaki Teita. Once again, not a big spoiler. All of this you learn pretty much instantly, not too big. But yeah, the main antagonist is named Kisaki Teita, and I guess in a way he infiltrated the Tokyo Manji gang, and in the future, apparently they feel like since he was in charge of the Tokyo Manji gang in the present time where Takemichi is from, that's why he's the antagonist, because he's the one, his violence is what led to Hinata's death. But personally, and and this is just personally, I love every other character, but Kisaki got the most swag out of anybody on that show. I swear to God, he is swagged the fuck out. He got the gold Cardi's on with the with the cool ass gold like bar earrings or whatever. He just got swag. He little, but like he keep the big hood niggas with him. Like you can't fuck with him. He a goat. Like I really fuck with him. Like I just like a lot of the character designs. But yeah, pretty much I guess you could say. Because I'm going to be wrapping up soon, only because I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do these videos. So, and like I'm just giving you, you know, little stuff. But pretty much the story is, in so many words, Takemichi realizing that in order to change the future in which, you know, his girl lives, he has to in his opinion, I'm not saying this is going to happen because I don't know. I haven't finished the anime. In his opinion, he feels like for him to truly change the future, he has to join the Tokyo Manji gang and take that motherfucker over and basically run that bitch and be like, yeah, now I know my now I know my girl can't die because I run this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Which, in a way, is like, oh man, I guess I get where you're coming from. You know, it makes a little bit of sense. You know, take it over. I mean, there can't be no order that you don't know about. So I mean, so that's kind of like the point. And I truly believe he's going to have more character development because right now he's kind of a sucky protagonist. It's like, because he also has this 26-year-old mind in his kid body, but it's like he doesn't use any of the wit of his 26-year-old brain or whatever to really help him. He's still pretty childish, and you know he cries a lot, and like, you know, he obviously, that was a super cool moment that you'll probably eventually see where, you know, he gets his character development where he, you know, faces a foe stronger than himself. But it's still like, it's like for the most part, he like fucking sucks. He just talk no jutsus everybody. And it's like, bro, like, come on, bro, like, get the boxing, my dude. Like, you know, it's plenty of boxing in this show. Trust me, it's pretty fire. Like I said, my boy Mikey, I wouldn't try to fight him. He'd beat my ass. He'd beat the shit out of me. And I'm 6'1". He'll put his foot in my mouth and tell me to suck his toes. Or no, will. But all in all, it's a really good anime, and I can't wait to finish it. And if there's more than so I guess technically I'm on season 2 now, because episode 14 is the start of season 2. So I guess I'm on season 2. If season 2 ends and there's another season afterwards, I'll make another video about the ending of season 2. But I don't think I'm gonna make a video about every episode. That's just annoying and repetitive in my opinion. And plus, I have plenty of videos I can make by using other animes, me starting them and, you know, watching them through whatever. It'd just be another part of this channel. Because, you know, I got playlists. I have a playlist for my journal entries. I'll have one for my story times when I get to it, and then I'll have a playlist for these anime reactions or reviews. I haven't thought of what I want to call them yet. So yeah, all in all, Tokyo Revengers is really good. Like, it's really good, and I really suggest most people that are watching this do watch it. And, you know, when it's over, we can all sit down and discuss it, and I will really enjoy, you know, doing that because it's really good. And once I get a good enough core fan base, I want to start doing like Q&As on certain days, especially if I'm able to like quit my job and do this full time, because I truly want to do this full time and just be able to put out content. I've always wanted to, but I'll say that for another time. But yeah, I want to be able to do Q&As, and one of the things about the Q&As will be we can discuss anime and whatnot in them. But yeah, thank you for listening, and there are many more of these anime videos to come, and I appreciate you as always. And also, if you could like this video and subscribe, you don't have to, no pressure, but if you wanted to, I would really appreciate it. So until next time, I thank you for watching, and have a good one.